Welcome to my most messy workshop. On a German lure making site named MT Lures, there is a secret Santa taking place. This means that every member of the site willing to participate would submit one of his homemade lures plus double shipping fee. So and there's going to be a raffle, so that in the end each member would receive a homemade lure of another member. It's a great thing, so that you can determine about the work of the fellow members of this lure making site. And I'm going to participate as well, and I've decided to make a Whirligig for this secret Santa. Whirligig is a great lure that was designed in Pennsylvania, USA by 1947. I came across this lure in this book, Charles K. Fox, the Book of Lures. Here you can see the Whirligigs made by Charles K. Fox and his friends back in the day. There's a description here how to do this lure. I've already made several of these lures, and they've been quite successful for me, so I thought this one is going to be my entry for the secret Santa of this lure making site. The lure has also been described in a very new book about rotary head lures by Terry Oxley. Here you can see the page with the Whirligig. So I've decided to make quite a large one out of this wood dowel. I'm going to put all on video from last turning to making the hardware, well, except the central wire shaft, which I had bent an eye to already. Making the fins, how the drilling work later, the propionate sealing, painting and top coating, and if water shouldn't ice up, also a display in the outdoors. Yeah, it's a great lure. I've been fishing it for more than 10 years, maybe even 15 years, and some very nice pike catching memories are related to the Whirligig for me. Alright, let's fire up the lathe and get started. Okay, let's start out with turning the Whirligig body. I've already chucked the workpiece in the lathe. All is free-handed, just out of my memory, without any sketches or so. Alright. First, the length of the lure. Okay. This is gonna be the length. Now rounding the workpiece. Not quite clean yet. Okay, this is okay. I want to have a rather egg-shaped whirligig because this one is would swim more lively. And now I forgot my pencil. So I'm gonna mark the separation line now between head and body. So this should be okay. That was too much pressure. Gotta fix it more. Okay. Ah, damn it. Chisel did bind. Seems that this timber is a bit tough. All my chisels are too blunt. Okay, this gap resembles the gap that the finished lure would have because there's a bearing bead in between. That's why I'm not just cutting it with a saw but making a wider gap there. Alright, now the shaping of the body. Gotta be careful with this thing. I better, okay, only do the tail. Okay, this is fine. This is the basic shape of the whirligig. And now let's sand. Okay, I'm gonna taper the nose a bit more. a little relief for the sandpaper to enter. So let's check. All blemish is gone. Now we can go to some finer grade. Okay, last turning is done. Now it's time to cut off the knobs on either end. Of the blank. Okay, here's a sandpaper file. To get it smooth a bit, because afterwards we need to mark the center line. Alright. Okay, before I proceed sanding, I would mark the center and make center indentions with my awl to later drill the central hole for the central wire shaft. It's better to do when these round knobs are still there. It's better and easier to determine about the center. If you would have cut them away and make the transition smooth, it's hard to find the center. Okay, this is a bit off-centered now. Alright. There's the indentation now. And the next one. Now that I've done the blank by the wood grain, I figure out that this might be beechwood. Usually it's too heavy, but looks like it's well seasoned. I only hope the lure would be sufficiently buoyant in the end with all the hardware. Okay, here are the indentions. These are going to be my reference for further marking of center lines now. Okay, after the center indentions now, it's time to round off the nose tip. I'm doing this with a sandpaper file, 40 grit. Grit for the start. Yeah. By the way, the surface of the lure does not have to be super smooth, because later on the propionate sealing would cover all little scratches and indentions, blemishes. So this is far more than enough of smoothness to this lure body. Okay, this looks quite well. Now doing the end grain of the tail end. Always turn it in my hand to get an even rounding. Oops, Murphy's Law. Another blemish to be covered by the propionate. Okay.